This is Sirach 14 and 11. It says, "My son, according to thy ability, do good to thyself, and give the Lord his due offering." I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakak Radash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the elect. And I want to get into this lesson, based upon doing good to yourself. And I was just thinking about, just advice from a worldly, individual, whether it be a friend or a parent. You know what I'm saying? And you got to realize, nothing that, you got to distance yourself a lot of times from most people in this world, and as the scriptures say, be continually with the godly man, all right? Because a two-third, all right, a person in this world, they don't give a damn about the Lord, anything in this world is more important than serving Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Most people will tell you to go back to school, put your heart into this world, which that's off, man. The scripture says, set your affections on things above, man, and not on things upon this earth. But in this world, the affection is upon things on this earth, man. The affection is upon things they can see. All right? So you really, as the scriptures say, my son, according to thy ability, do good to thyself. All right? And what's doing good to yourself, man? This is distancing yourself from people of this world. It says, do good to thyself and give the Lord his due offerings. All right? And how do you give the Lord his due offerings, man? By a lot of times being by yourself, man. Therefore, what? You can praise Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. You can meditate upon the things that Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai is doing for you. All right? You'll be more in the spirit. All right? And which all of us needs to be more in the spirit, man. This is 2 Corinthians 6 and 14. Which, let me see. I might need to start up. Alright, it says, be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. That word unequally yoked, alright, it says, heter rod zugeho, to come under an unequal or different yoke, to be unequally yoked, to have fellowship with one who is not equal. With the apostles is forbidding Christians to have intercourse with idolaters. All right, and if you're a two-third, if you're not serving Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, you're an idolater. If you're not serving Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, you're an idolater. All right, that means you're serving your flesh, you're serving this world. Anything else is important, as I mentioned before. Everything else is important but Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And that's the problem. Alright? And this is it's heavy, man. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness? Alright? That's why the scripture saying Peter, they think it's strange that ye run not with the same excess of riots with them, man. Alright? Actually, let me get that. First Peter 4 and 4, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same access of riot, speaking evil of you, who should give account to him that is ready to... Oh, okay, Salaki. I'm actually start First Peter 4 and 1. For as much then as Yahweh shall have suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that hath suffered in the flesh hath ceased from sin, All right. So suffering in the flesh is not being able to do a lot of the things, or most things, that 2/3 do in this world, man. Not being able to prosper, but that's okay, man. All right, because you don't want to prosper in this wicked ass society, man. You know that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of God. And most brothers is young in this truth, in which there's an issue. When you tell your loved one or whatever, about this truth, they think there's something wrong with you. But it says that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men. All right, living for yourself, man. Living for Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, not to the lust of men, but to the will of God. And the only way you can do that is by being like I said, a lot of times by yourself, man. That way you can meditate upon Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua and His will. All right, not living, as I mentioned before, being young in this truth, not living for your parents, or for a so-called mentor in your life or whatever. For the times past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles. All right. When we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you. All right, and Jake hate what they don't understand, man. So therefore, they speaking evil of you, trying to kill your confidence in Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Therefore, it's just best to stay away from them, man. To be honest, of course, you honor your parents. You call them up, talk to them. Keep a cordial relationship, if you will. But for the most part, it's just good to be alone, man. Just something quick in the spirit. See what's more on that. All right, it says, let me read this again, actually. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers, for what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion have light with darkness? All right, and we are the light of the world, man. Why should you dim your light, for the darkness of this world, man? So you're actually doing yourself good by, just staying to yourself, man. Hey, man. So with that, Lord willing, you are edified. Shalom to the elect.